Youth struggling with mental illness is unacceptable. With your support, let's change this unacceptable for good. Thank you. It is my utmost pleasure to bring up Kelly and Katie Sires, who came all the way from Los Angeles to tell you how AIM has changed their lives. Kelly?
Katie and Kelly, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us here.
Extraordinary bravery to get up here
Thank you.
and to talk about this. But I hope you realize that we're all here with you and for you. And it is, I think, important to hear somebody speak that has been through this, has actually come out the other side because of AIM.
Yeah.
So before we talk about that, share with us what it was like before you got to the UCLA program.
Well, in short, not fantastic. I've always had anxiety. It's always been an issue for me. I started seeing a therapist when I was in 5th grade, so that's decently early, and it kind of got worse from there. Everything kind of peaked when I was a junior in high school. That was last year, where I wasn't able to go to class anymore. I would have to come home every day at 12 because I couldn't see anything except for how anxious I was. And then my depression started to get worse, and I was at a point where I didn't really want to live anymore, and I didn't see a point. And I ended up having to leave school to go to a program, a day program for kids like me, where we spoke to, after a lot of psych testing, they diagnosed me as bipolar, which was a shock, but not really a shock. It kind of made sense. So it was difficult. It's not something that I would have talked about at the time because I didn't want anyone to feel like they had to feel sorry for me. But it's something that I've tried to be able to talk about now.
Thank you for doing so, by the way.
Of course.
And Kelly, I'm a father of 2. And I mean, I can see the emotion and tears in your eyes right now. I can't fathom what you were going through, what the family was going through, because you feel helpless. You feel there's nowhere to turn. What do I do?
Right. Yeah, that's definitely was the hardest part, was to see your baby and see her lose interest in all the things that she loves and not knowing what to do and not knowing how to help her. There was a night about a year ago where Katie bravely told us that she needed to be hospitalized. And we went to UCLA and went to the emergency room, and they recommended the CHAMP program at UCLA. They did let her go home that night. And the next day we called, and the program was amazing. They helped her, helped us as a family, but it was really difficult for my husband and I to figure out what do we do, and we couldn't leave her alone. She had left school, but this program definitely answered what we were looking for and gave us hope.
And Katie, what was that? When you got to AIM and you were able to turn this around and come out the other side, joyful, happy, in control, what was that at AIM? What was that feeling like?
I mean, incredible. I think one of the best things that I learned at the UCLA CHAMP program that's funded by AIM was how to use different coping mechanisms that aren't exactly not like, oh, you're one of the bipolar kids, you're one of the depressed kids, you're one of the anxious kids, you do this, you do that. I was able to learn so many different coping mechanisms that I still use today. I mean, one of the people who was leading one of the group programs I did gave me a little purple straw and told me, they told all of us to use it to breathe in and breathe out slowly. And I still have it. It's in my backpack. And every time I see it, I'm able to remember that I just need to slow down. And I mean, that just shows the lasting impact that the UCLA CHAMP program has, and all of the programs that AIM funds.
Last question, and we haven't rehearsed this, so I'm sorry for springing this on you, but it struck me as we're talking. without AIM, without this happening the last 5 years, what are the odds you're standing here before us today?
Not too high. Very not too high. I think I was at a point in my life last year where I didn't think I'd be going to college. It was either I wouldn't be alive to be there, or I'd have to abandon my dreams of wanting to go to Ivy Leagues and go across the country to go to a fancy school because we were worried that I wouldn't be able to handle it. And thankfully next year I'm able to play softball, which is one of the activities I've always done, at an amazing school in Massachusetts next year, which is something that if you'd asked me a year ago, I would not have been able to give you a concrete answer, which just makes me so happy to be able to say that to all of you.
You can dream again.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Guys, give it up for Katie, her mom, Kelly.